Hello everyone, welcome to CODECHEF'S April Cook-Off. Amazon is hiring, don't forget to apply. Welcome, and today the question in front of our plate is bodybuilder. To learn more new concept algorithm, please go to the algorithm playlist which I have linked below in the description. It covers dynamic programming, greedy paradigm, and all such related concepts for your sustained development in the field of programming. Let's get started with the program The Bodybuilder. After solving programming for years, Chef has become lazy and decided to get better physique by doing weightlifting exercises. Now, let us get clear about the question in the very first few paragraphs because they are going to help you a lot. So, you are given time stamps. Now, clear this out that you are given time stamps. So, A1, A2, A3 .. These are all the timestamps that you are given. Remember timestamps. And then and then each exercise provides a tension B1 to Bn. So each of these timestamps you are going to perform a exercise. The exercise is not defined, but in each of these cases you are going to build up a tension in your muscle, and that amount is that will be given to us, don't worry. So each of these timestamps you are going to build a tension and everything is given to us. So the timestamps are given to us. Remember, the timestamps are distinct and it is nowhere mentioned that it is consecutive, right? So the timestamps can not be consecutive also. Keep these in mind. These are the small details that will let you pass the test cases. And here you have all of your building tensions, right? Next, Chef's tension is described by a number x. This is the number that we need to find. So x is the number by which we define it. Before any workouts, x is equals to 0. Correct. Before I started working out, there is no tension in my body. Now when he does workout at time AI, so let's begin with a workout at time A1, I build up a B1 amount of tension in my body. So currently after I finished A1, I have B1 amount of tension in my body. Now remember, whenever there is a swap from A1 to A2 or from A2 to A3, A3 to A4, because you're just consecutively going forward, now there is going to be a release of tension, that is R. R is the amount of tension that is going to release. So suppose you are finished with exercise A1, you have a tension B1 build up. As soon as you get started with A2, remember your current tension in your body is not B1, it is B1 minus R. That is how it is described here. It releases R units of tension per minute. Now, like I said, they can be, suppose the timestamp here is 10 and it is 11, then this holds true, B1 minus R. But suppose say this is 10 and this is 12, this is going to be B1 minus 2 of R. This is the important point that you must remember, that the timestamps may not be consecutive. If they are not consecutive, you'll have to multiply the minutes that are in between them with the R will be provided. This is the key crux of the problem for which many will get a field test case. Now, considering the time of the exercise and hence tension to be negligible, find the maximum tension he will be feeling in his muscle during the entire period of the workout. Now, here you will also have to maximize something. You will have to maximize the tension. Like at which point of time you are feeling the maximum tension. What is the value? Find the maximum tension. Now remember, we'll have to find the maximum. So we can do that simply by creating a max and then checking that right now is it maximum after every exercise. We can do that, no big deal. But now let us look at the analysis with the help of few test cases also, right? So first line, first look at the input. First line T, the number of test cases, then you'll have 3 lines of input, and the next two is N and R, where N and R, right? Where N gives you the number of exercises that you have and R is the relaxation time, like I said, and you will be given timestamps in the next places. All right, let's just begin. Let's just get started with the constraints and with our sample input and explanation and a better approach to it, right? So let me see here. N is given 10 to the power 4. Remember, so if n is 10 to the power 4, you can barely go in an order of n square approach. So I don't know, you can just hit the limits. It's absolutely like here, you just can touch it and not cross it. R and B here are 10 to the power 5. This is no big deal. N is our concern, so you can have a upper bound of O of n squared, but be careful about it. Don't go beyond that, right? All right, so let us look at a test case here. Let us pick this particular test case. So suppose you are given n equals to 2 and r equals to 2. Now what n equals to 2 suggests is you have two exercises, and r is the relaxation time between the two exercises. Suppose here you have 10, here you have 11, right? Now see, these are, please note that these are two consecutive time stamps, right? And the relaxation time is given as r and as 2, and my b1 and b2, the tension build up at each timestamp is given at 10:10, right? So after I finish my first workout, right, I feel good and I have a tension of 10 right now, right? Before I get to the next, I have a minute gap in between them, so I'll release a tension 10 minus r, like 10 minus 2. So my current tension is 8, and after I finish this exercise, I'll add up another 10 in my body. So 8 plus 10 makes you 18. Now see, this is 18, and before I started this particular exercise, my strain was 8. So 8 is less than 18. So 18 is my answer, as I am asked to find the maximum, right? Now look at a very important different angle to this same problem. See, suppose this particular was say 12, 10 and 12. Suppose the same build up were given and same r is also given. Now what would have happened? After you get your 10, remember that you have 2-minute difference here. So if 2-minute difference, you'll have a 2 into 2 reduction in your stress. So that will be 6. So before you start your second exercise at the 12th stamp, your current build up is 6, and then you add a 10. So the answer becomes 10 plus 6, 16. You got to remember this. All right. So all right. So before we get into this problem solution, I would ask you to, I request you to think about it. कि कैसे करना है. That is what the contest is all about. I have just explained you the basics, and one crux that you might miss it. The rest is in your hands. Like, it's a simple thing, no big deal. You'll just have to be careful about the timestamps. You'll have to check, are they consecutive, what is the difference in between the timestamps, and just go through, just take away two vectors, two array or pair of vectors, and then just go and implement it. It's a short implementation. It's a short 100 marks AC problem, no big deal.